Let's go.
Look how pretty that is.
So San Francisco is a big international airport. So once we both landed at the same time, I messaged Dimitri and I was like, hey, where are you guys at? Like, how can we meet each other?
I landed from my domestic flight at the same time as my coworkers who landed from Canada. They said they're gonna meet me here at baggage claim. I have no clue where. There are many different baggage claims. So I'm trying to be like as conspicuous as possible with like my caramel macchiato, being like, they're gonna like see like someone like leaning against their luggage and being like, oh, who's that bitch? Oh, it's Liz. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. I literally have no clue where they could be.
It didn't work. I don't know what happened, but I was like, we were unable to like find each other. Like I took the Sky train thing to like their terminal, but couldn't meet them. And it was, oh my God. Change of plans, we'll meet at the hotel. We both have that address and we both know where that is. Me and a couple of the people from the crew went to check out the Chase Center where Worlds is gonna be. And you know, there's world signs everywhere. There's like, it's transformed to this world celebration at the Chase Center.
Ta-da! Oh, that's so cool. That's where I'm gonna be.
You know, walking by the water, and then also our hotels near the Giants baseball stadium.
Where is the Yankee part? Where's this Yankee Stadium on?
I wake up the next morning and we walk to the Chase Center and everything that is set up. And then you look to your left and there's like 20 by 20 Cisco booth. And so I'm just, my jaw kind of drops. And I'm like, well, that's insane, you know?
I get there in the morning, 10 o'clock or whatever, because I'm streaming at noon, and I have to set up the stream. In terms of the stream itself, went actually off without a hitch. Streaming in a live event is really weird. We're streaming outside in San Francisco in the first week of November. So I'm sitting there and I'm in my leather jacket and my thick like cardigan, and my hands are literally chittering while I'm trying to play. Because it turns out that if you're in California and you're not in the sun, it's deceptively cold, it's really cold.
It was an interesting calm before the storm because I didn't really expect what came next in terms of the FanFest.
FanFest day one was crazy. No, like I said, we know he's gonna show up.
Hey guys, it's Liz here in San Francisco at Worlds, and we're here because Cisco has an activation for Dimitri's culmination of his rank up ping down lessons, and we're gonna go find them, so come on. All right, let's see.
All right, you guys ready for this iPad impression? Here we go.
I found him. Are we winning?
I had never played on Tournament Realm for League of Legends, and it is true zero ping.
Who wants to destroy my coworker's mental? Anyone?
I'm really a very nice person who's
No,
just
you're
trying
not.
to improve at
No,
the game.
And I went on a pretty rough start.
I went for it. GG. That was fun.
Hey! Well played, well played. GG's.
Dimitri did lose a lot.
So far.
Oh, GG's. Yes. One envy.
I was like 1-7 or something at one point.
Down to the wire. Hey, GG's.
It was an interesting experience. It was really cool to meet the fans, really cool to play against the fans.
And it's 2 days before the Worlds event and they're here to meet each other, be at these booths, you know, play 1v1s with the zero ping, zero latency. And it was just this really cool realization that I had of how special this event was, one, and how special the people that are in it and a part of it and making it happen. The next day, aka our last day of the FanFest, was maybe the longest day.
The best part is that we are happily welcoming Mr. Rush to stream with us live on the premises. It was nice. It was also just, Rush is obviously a very sweet dude, and we had a lot of fun playing together. He was very friendly, he was really supportive, he was really fun, and I think it just made it a little less kind of stressful. You know what I mean? He helped me share the load a little bit. So the actual fan event, we finished streaming at 2. Rush sticks around to start doing some 1v1s.
Po Builder came by, and also 1v1 people.
The lineup to play this man was at one point something like 300 people.
That line just kept on going and going and going and going. And it was, people waited so long to get the experience, the zero ping, zero latency on the realm.
The turnout was, I wouldn't even say it was double the day before. I would say it was triple the day before. It was actually very overwhelming.
And this is the day where it hit me that I wasn't necessarily out of my league, but I definitely was a part of something that I was not prepared for, in a good way, that I was not ready for exactly how great of a beast that Worlds was. So then the day of Worlds arrives, and you get to the Chase Center, you're no longer going to the Fan Fest, you're going for the event, one of the biggest esports competitions in the world.
I've never been to a League of Legends event before, but I have felt for the last couple of days at the Chase Center, in the Fan Fest, this sort of palpable tension just building around the event.
What they had inside was like a literal marvel, like a marvel. It was, oh my God. And seeing how it was set up in the lights and just the energy in the environment, it was, again, I think I'm struggling to find words because I don't think anything would do it justice.
The holograms are crazy. The Worlds ones were just mind-blowing. It's really hard I'd never seen anything like this before in person, and I was really excited, and it just sort of leaves you speechless.
That opening ceremony was insane. Otherworldly. So sick.
It was so good. And I just feel so blessed to be here.
Oh, dude.
It's
But honestly, bring Lil Nas X back.
Yeah,
Can we just watch that for the next 3
can we do
hours?
all the anthems if that's okay?
I think there's basically no better first league event than a BO5 Worlds final with Faker.
He just walks out of the Inferno Chains and goes for it. Oh, but Faker goes back in. Faker gets barrel, and T1's ready for more. Zeus looks for Q3. Zeka goes in with a stolen zero ulti, but it ain't gonna do a whole lot. They still got a little bit of damage, but it is not enough. Barrel's gonna die, Deft is gonna die. T1 will find the fight and find the win. DRX rise to the occasion, and they will tie this series. Gumayushi is dead. They have been doubted. They have been discounted. They have been dismissed. But DRX.
Watching Deft and DRX stop Faker and T1 from amassing that 4th Worlds trophy is just, the anime armor is just way too strong, right? That's just absolutely insane. What a Cinderella story.
What was really cool about this day, and just after the Fan Fest days, was finally our day to not necessarily unwind, but experience San Francisco itself. San Francisco is an iconic city.
Hill content. Hill content.
I think another thing with being in San Francisco is the hills. I remember I watched a web series called The Lizzie Bennett Diaries, and Darcy says to Lizzie, the hills can be quite unforgiving, and that quote has never left my mind for literally almost a decade at this point. And also, California classic, In-N-Out Burger. Everyone from California or the West Coast talks a big game about In-N-Out burgers. If it's your first time in the West Coast, you have to go and try it. Because everyone, if you're from the West Coast, don't deny it. You always talk a big game about In-N-Out burger. You never talk about your California wines. You talk about your burgers from In-N-Out. And,
Worse than Five Guys. 6 out of 10.
And so, you have the Golden Gate Bridge, which is maybe the most iconic thing to come from San Francisco.
It was also particularly rainy on the day we went, so it was really wet and sort of gusty. It's pretty spectacular. It's pretty breathtaking.
Welcome everyone to the hunt for Dimitri. I'm in San Francisco trying to find my co-worker. Now last I saw him at the hotel. Now we're looking for him in the wild.
It is, man, like something. I'm calling his partner to find Dimitri.
Because all good hunters use their resources.
Where were you?
End up here.
Because the driver dropped us over there.
So there's a welcome.
So there's actually like a place that they drop you off.
I was like, where? I saw a torpedo.
Okay.
It's big. It's breathtaking.
It's big bridge.
Big ass bridge.
It's next land over water.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool to see something so iconic, like from person. The fog makes it look so much better.
It was an incredible event in an incredible city that I'd always wanted to see. There are a lot of really incredible esports events that, the events are incredible, but the cities they're being held in are not particularly special, right? But here it really felt like the city was part of the journey. Really cool. And I think it's gonna stick with us for a while.
You get to see just how special something is in person rather than from Twitch or from YouTube or from the outside. It makes everything so worth it. It does. And I think I'm getting emotional about it because I've never had a feeling like this before. I never had that sort of feeling of like being welcome and belonging like that. And I am just really, really thankful that I was able to come here and meet so many of you and experience Worlds with all of you.
Good. The jersey approval.
Feels this is good.
Confirmed. San Fran better than New York.
He flinched. He was like, oh my god, what's that?